Okay, thank you. I'm Paul Wilderman. I live here in Hayes. I've lived here most of my life and really do enjoy living in Hayes. It's a beautiful town, wonderful people. And like many of you, I depend on my cell phone heavily to stay in touch with my work, my family. Now, conventional two-way radios aren't affected by wind turbines, but as cellular communications start to go digital, they are transmitted on microwave frequencies that are susceptible to interference by this type of towers. The coverage is already poor out there, and we could end up with 12,000 acres where cell phone communication is impossible. Now, has anyone looked at how all our communication towers will be affected by these wind turbines? Now, if you like to watch some TV in the evenings, as I do, you may want to read this quote. There's plenty of evidence documenting satellite communications, interference problems in the vicinity of large wind turbines. Okay. Now, you can see here what a wind generation complex looks like on conventional radar. This particular shot is out of Dodge City, and that blip to the south and west of Dodge City is the Gray County Wind Complex in Montezuma, Kansas. It's basically butted right up against Montezuma, Kansas. Now, apparently, aviation administrations have recently become concerned with keeping these wind generation complexes as far from the airports as possible. Now, radar is important for tracking weather, and windmills can interfere with the collection of weather data in many different ways. Now, wind farms can look like rain that really isn't there. Those little blips you see up there look like little rain showers, but the people underneath them are not getting wet. The problem is especially bad with Doppler radar. Meteorologists actually call these false images wind turbine clutter, and they have to be extracted mathematically before weather data can be interpreted. And actually, if you're watching the weather and you're wondering why you never see them, and that is why you never see them on TV weather radar, because they'll take them out, except on the clearest of days. They'll occasionally leave them there just to point them out every now and then. Now, many studies are looking at possible solutions, but these are still real problems. The very first report on wind farm radar interference by the Department of Defense in the National Weather Release was released only a few months ago in September of 2006. It's that new of a subject to be studied. A project of this size involves a serious risk of interfering with local telecommunications in many ways, and that is one reason I'm opposed to the placement of this project so close to Hayes. And a side note, at one time I was involved with the Ellis County Rural Fire Department, and somebody mentioned that those two towers up on Golf Course Road are communications towers. Now, I'm not certain that the county uses those for emergency communications, but if they do, the wind farm is going to make it very difficult for emergency communications to transmit any communications west from that location. And that would be very important to those people that are relying on emergency communications in this county. Thank you very much.